Right then, good morning and welcome to the second edition of Town Talk Live. Today's guest is Councillor Roy Gerstner. Roy has been on how long have you been on the council, Roy, now?
14 years.
14 years, yeah. And first of all, thank you very much for coming in. We go through a few questions to answer, and you've been honest enough to come through and say I'll answer a few questions, and we're looking forward to going a big way. So we'll kick off. What are the main responsibilities in your role as a town councillor?
Well, good morning, Matt, and to your listeners. I'm very pleased to be here this morning. Town councils have a very minor remit in the structure of councils and authorities in the UK. We're at the bottom tier, and we are volunteers. Every councillor at town level is a volunteer. As far as my responsibilities are concerned, for me personally, it's been being able to be contactable 7 days a week.
24/7?
Nearly, not quite nearly. I always respond to emails and voicemails the same day, irrespective of what day of the week it is or where I am in the world. I might be on a different time zone. Another responsibility is accountability and trust in the remit as a town council. You have to report to other authorities, and it's that network of knowing where to report things to and act upon what people come up to you with. So reporting, accountability is the biggest responsibility.
Yeah, I can understand that, yeah.
Okay? And I think a lot of people lose that because they come up for it.
When you say a lot of people, do you mean other councillors?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, okay.
They're not. We say to people when we meet people, why don't you stand at being a councillor? Oh, no, can't do that. You know. But if you've got things on your mind, or you'd like to change things, or you'd like to make things better, come and join the council. Whatever platform you're on, whether it be a political platform. I'm an independent councillor, and I have been since 2011. I don't do politics at local level. I don't believe in it. Okay, I'm a community councillor, and I always introduce myself at most meetings as a community activist, not anarchist.
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
I try and make that point because there is a differential between it,
So typically then, all right, you've explained that in a big detail. Typically, what does your working week consist of?
Right, so I can honestly say already this morning I've been contacted, and I'll be contacted every day of the week. I've never known a day where I haven't been contacted.
Okay.
Not normally by email. Sometimes it's, I wouldn't say a social thing, but it's always an issue and a problem. And Matt, we have our fair share of problems within our town, okay? So typical week is issues. For example, let's do the minor ones. Potholes.
That's minor. You've got more chance of being kissed by the
right.
Pope.
I mean, we've got a bloody crater at the top of Church Street, and when you go on the map to report it, you can't put any more things. It's an overflow, okay? But that's a county council remit.
Yeah.
All we can do is report and try and get them to sugar up on it. Another typical thing we can't talk about, fly tipping, okay?
Yep.
You're well aware of parking issues. That's come almost daily. Inconsiderate parking and illegal parking. But parking in Fedland...
Can I ask you, how we've gone from fly tipping to parking?
Right, so they're the typical things that I'm contacted about, okay?
Okay.
Right, fly tipping not too often, okay? But parking, very, very often, okay? Antisocial behaviour, that comes up quite regularly, okay? And being an elected representative in the community, I'm here to be that conduit to report onwards, and if I can do it, and I know where to do it, and I know where to go to get things looked at and done. And I have to say, I'll give you an example.
If you want to,
right, okay.
Yeah.
So, last week, there was a load of rubbish outside barbecue land, overspilling on the pavement and rubbish around the road, okay? So looked into it, reported it. The street scene officer came the next day. He was going through the bags to see what rubbish was in there, okay? And although it wasn't all removed that day, some of it was packed by the shop itself, so it wasn't impinging the pathway for those with wheelchairs or pushchairs or mobility scooters. Now, when we did a bit more research, we found out the reason why it had been left there, which I'm not going to go into.
No, you've said your point on
right.
that. Yeah.
So there was a reason why it was there, and there was a reason why it wasn't taken away at the time. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's and those things, if you're experienced, okay, and you know where to go, and you know how to contact people.
Well, after as you say, all the years' experience you've been in the job, it should fall off like water off a duck's back for you.
Yes, but
you should be there straight away.
You should always get something new.
Yeah,
there's always.
I'm not saying there isn't, but what you've just said to me, right? You should be saying after 14 years' experience, I pick up a phone, I phone Billy up, and Billy in this office will do the job, which obviously you've just done.
Yeah,
right. Okay. Yeah. So,
but people see the rubbish there, okay, and they think nothing's done about it. If it's reported, it's recorded, and if it's recorded, there's an audit trail.
Yeah. They're always the way. Yeah.
You know, so one of the big problems, Matt, is that people, I'm not decrying it, they'll cry off on social media, you know, and set that, but they won't report it anywhere else.
No, would you say that's down to the council or people in that, not the local council, but councillors as a whole, Fenland, Cambridgeshire, even the locals, of not publicising enough how to go through?
Well, I publicised on my website how to report things. And there's a big list of about 15 or 20 things. And the link is there. You just click on the link and it takes you to report whatever you want.
Are them same links on the council website?
Fenland District Council.
No, that wasn't the question I asked you. Are they on the local council website?
No. Not as far as I'm aware. But I can sort that out. I can get it done.
Well, I think that's it, because you know that you are the town council, and people will go to the town council website first before they come to you. Credit where credit's due. You've got it on your website, right? But it should.
I'll just correct that a minute. I'm not aware of it being on the Whittlesea Town Council.
Well, I'll have a look in a minute and find out.
Yeah, it may well be there because I don't always look at the council website too often.
No. Well, you just stuck yourself in the foot there.
No, I haven't.
But all right, so we'll go on to something else. Do you see the biggest challenges facing the town right now hard, and how is the council addressing them?
The biggest challenge to local town councils at the moment is the question of where we will be May next year.
Oh, yeah, that's a big thing, isn't it?
You see. So, one, we have a local government reform going on, which shouldn't affect town councils too much, but we don't know.
No.
In July, the government will decide where Fenland District Council are going, whether we will become probably a unitary authority. We don't know, and we don't know whether we're going with Peterborough or we'll go with East Cambs or something else. So that is a challenge in itself, and I could go into a lot more detail.
What would you prefer?
I prefer neither of it. I'll go with Steve Turney in Wisbech, and I say, leave us alone. We're quite happy where we are. We have our own destiny. We make our own decisions locally. We are not part of Peterborough. Demographically, we're part of Peterborough because our hospital is there, our education is there, our leisure facilities there, our main transport hub is there, our main shopping is there. So we're that close to Peterborough in many, many ways. But we want to remain with our own identity. That's the way I understand it from people, okay?
Yeah, that's what you're leaning.
So if we went with Peterborough, just for example, they've got somewhere in the region of £600 million of debt.
Yeah.
That's a phenomenal debt. Now, the law, under the Local Government Act, can't put your rates up straight away to align with them. It's over several years. I think it's 8 years, okay? But one thing you can guarantee, and I tell my little wife this, whenever there's a change in anything, it's going to cost you more money.
Oh, it's a golden rule.
It never costs you less money, okay? New government comes in, it's also going to cost you more money, okay?
So,
but we've got local elections next May. okay, for Town Council. There's 14 seats available at the moment. I encourage anybody, if you've got problems, give it a go.
So what is a problem to you?
The what?
What is a problem to you?
A problem? No, I don't have any problems.
Well, I would say a problem, you must get problems come along, is a solution opportunity. Wouldn't you agree?
Not really.
Yeah.
But you got... Listen, in the old adage of things, people say problems, issues, you could treat them as challenges, okay? That's a good word. So when a problem comes along, it's a challenge, isn't it?
And you try to solve that problem?
Yes.
So it's a solution opportunity?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I had another major problem a few weeks ago with scaffolding and Bar Street, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Illegal scaffolding, non-compliant scaffolding without a permit. Now, that's a county council remit. But I don't absolve that and say, I'm not dealing with it. I dealt with it.
Good.
And in the big scheme of things, 3 weeks from when I started to when they took it down is almost a bloody world record at county council level.
Is that in your ward?
Yes.
That's in your ward, so you're in the job.
So I asked our county council, who was very good, he said, I've done all I can do, Roy, I can't do no more. That's not good enough for me, Matt. I'm not knocking the guy.
So how many how many councillors we got? You say altogether 14?
14.
How many of the other 13 supported you on that and made the same effort?
Right. So eventually, because I was wasn't getting very far with county council, I'd reach a block there. I went to our council, the planning committee, okay, and I was a member of the public, and I brought up this issue, and I said, I need your support. So Councillor Laws, who was in there the day, I asked them to write an email and letter to Stephen Moyer, the Chief Executive of Cambridge County Council, and she did that the next day. And the following day, we saw action. So,
but how many? All right, you got in touch with Dee.
That was at the planning committee. Okay?
Yeah, that was at the planning committee. But how many of those? I know it was in your ward, but was it the part that
none? Nobody else. I did it on my own.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I did this on my own.
So you don't pull together.
That's kind of controversial. I'd like to think we can work, and I do work together because
I know, Roy. I know you personally. Yeah. No need to go on a superstar thing.
Yeah.
I know that you try and you support through our contacts and knowing each other. But the question I just asked you was quite simple, and you answered. They don't pull together.
No, they don't.
And I will back you up 110%, Roy, because I see what you do, right? But surely there's something lacking when it's brought together as a body.
But part of that, Matt, is political. And as I've said at the beginning, town councils shouldn't be politicised.
No.
And most of them agree with that.
Yeah.
But when push comes to shove...
But they haven't done no action. You've just said that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we agree. We should pull together.
Yeah.
Right? But they didn't support you.
No, I didn't. That's the wrong terminology. They didn't support me. In this particular case, I know that my fellow 3 councillors in that ward, wouldn't either respond, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, one of them might look at their emails, which are the blue moon, okay?
Well, yeah, to go on that, all I could say to you to go along with that is that my local councillor is based in Peterborough at 96 Norman Road.
Yeah.
And when I asked for a freedom of information form to come through about him attending meetings, he's done 2 in the last year.
Right.
Right, 2 meetings, and he's my councillor, my ward councillor.
I went at the start, Mark, and the first thing I said was I was contactable 7 days a week.
Yeah, I never denied that.
Right, no. So that's the key thing to me is contactable communication.
Yeah.
Right, so another thing, I know I'm holding you up on this one, another controversy this week came up, not in my ward, but I dealt with it.
Good,
right,
yeah.
Ivy Leaf, parking in the Ivy Leaf.
Yeah.
Now, I can honestly say 8 councillors wouldn't even have been aware of that, wouldn't have been aware of it. People from Gracious Street contacted me, not my ward. Okay? At 4:30 in the morning on Thursday, I answered that email.
Yeah.
And I answered the gentleman in a nice way, and at the end of it I said, unfortunately, I am not your council. But here are your councillors that can deal with it, okay? And I promised him I would go down there and take photographs, which I did.
Yep.
And I checked out whether there was any ANPR there, and there isn't.
No, there's
okay?
not. Never
So
has been.
it's this being on the ground, Matt, in your town.
I'm not saying you. And you no need to get on that big white charger and jump all over the ceiling.
No, I'm in
right.
mobility scooter. But
Yeah. Well, all right, we go on that. But I've just give you my word how I think about you and doing the job. Right. A lot of the others I wouldn't give 2 pence for, to be honest with you. And the way you're talking to me, nor would you. But and I can see that smile. So if you're listening out there, it's a genuine smile. We're going to go, though. We're going to shoot off of that and go into one of your records that you requested. You wanted Jerry and the Pacemakers Ferry Across the Mersey.
Yeah.
What's the reasons behind that?
Well, it's just a nice 60s tune, okay? And I'm not sure, I mean, he made the hit out of it, but probably other people wrote it or whatever it was. But certainly it brings back some... I studied in Liverpool in the 60s, okay?
Oh, yeah.
I went to a place called the Byron Street Polytechnic.
Was that in Toxteth?
Not far up.
Not far.
Wait a minute, I lived in Garston.
Yeah, I know Downstairs.
Garston, which is a pretty rough area of Liverpool.
It's not as bad as Toxteth. But no. So away we go.